everybody. Happy Thursday. I hope everybody's having a blessed day today. I know I am. Thank you, Jesus. And today, I'm gonna do the utmost. I'm gonna make some sofrito. Sofrito. Alright, so what am I gonna use for my sofrito? I have garlic here, already peeled. And then I brought these little leaves that they called recao, cilantro, recao. And it looks like this. It looks like these long leaves, like that, which I'll be chopping up in little pieces. So this is recao, okay? Recao. And I'm gonna chop this up. I brought 2 packages of recao. And then I brought ajices. These are little peppers. They're tiny peppers. But we use these inside the sofrito. Even though we have these peppers, I'm gonna use some of these. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 onions. And I have 1 big gigantic pepper and 3 little peppers. I have a red pepper, and I also have my cilantro here. So all this is going to be turned into sofrito. Now I'm going to get to chopping up all these things, all these veggies. I'm going to chop them up, and then after it's chopped up, I'll let you watch 1 round of how I blend it in, okay? So I'll be back. Hi everybody, I'm back, and I have 6 onions all chopped up and a few onions over here. I have all the peppers that I chopped up into small little bits. I have the ajices that I chopped up into little bits. I have my cilantro and my cilantro. Cilantro. I have both of them in here in all pieces. And I have more peppers here, and I have about 6 garlic heads that I chopped up in here, 6 of them. All right, so what are we gonna do? The first step is you want to add your onions in first, okay? Because the onions make it easier for the rest to blend because it's more watered down. The onions contain, a lot of liquid, so the onions would be first, right? So you grab some onions and you put it in there, all right? And then you grab some of your greens and you throw it on top of the onions. You grab some of your peppers and you throw them in there. I'm using the smaller blender because I want to make it in small batches. To make a big one would be too complicated. A lot of people could do it, but I'd rather do it in small batches. So I'm gonna take some garlic and I'm gonna throw it in there, and I'm gonna throw some more onions on top, and a little bit more cilantro and cilantro on top. So you see I filled it up about that much. I don't want to fill it up any more than that because, like I said, it'll be too hard to mix, and I don't want my beautiful blender to break with that. So where's my olive oil? Okay, so here I go. I have some olive oil, and you want to add some oil to this just to help it blend. Okay, so add a little bit. You don't have to add a lot. So I have this big bowl so I could fill it up. It's gonna get full. All right, so there we go. I'm just gonna chop it up. I'm just gonna do a test run with you guys, and then I'm gonna come back. Watching it so I could see how it blends, and it's blending really good. And I'm gonna take it out and put it in my bowl, and then I can show you what the sofrito looks like. Even though you've seen my frozen sofrito before, but this is the first time I've made it by myself. I usually make it with my mom. You see, that's a small batch right there. It's not a big batch, but I'm just gonna drop it in there. Let's put this down. I'm gonna drop it in there, and you see there's no pieces, no big pieces in there. So you start with the onions again, okay? So you take your onions and you put, sorry. I forgot to put the blade in. Let me put the blade in first, that'll help. You don't wanna have anything under the blade because then it won't work. Okay, so my blade is in. Again, first with the onions, because that makes the water, it waters it down a little. And then you grab your cilantro and culantro and you throw it in there. And then you add some of your peppers that you have here. I put some cilantro. I just left them in big pieces because the peppers look like this. They're kind of really small. These are ajices, all right? In Spanish, they're small peppers, but okay, so put that in there, and then I'm just gonna grab a couple more of the garlic. I'm not sure if I put enough garlic, but I have 6 heads in here. 6. That's a lot. So one more time, and then I'm gonna finish this off, and then I show you the end results, okay? So let's put this back here. Okay. This is good. Wait. All right. Okay, it's down, and we're gonna put this baby on right here. And let's start to chop. Onions first. Okay, if you see like one little leaf in there, it's no big deal, okay? Because I see there's one little leaf over here. That's okay, you can put it. It's gonna melt into the food anyway. So there we go. That's the second batch. And I'm just gonna throw them in there. You wanna give it all soft, see? No pieces in there. Alrighty, so I'm gonna keep doing this, and then I'm gonna show you how much sofrito I make, and then I'm gonna put it into some bags, and then I'm gonna freeze it. Alright, so I'll be back. Hey everybody, I'm back. I still have a little mess here going on, but it's all done. I haven't mixed it in yet, but I'll show you right now how I mix it in. This is how much sofrito I got from that whole batch. And you just want to mix it all in, because you have all the greens on the top. You might have 1 or 2 little pieces around there that have you know, little chunks here and there, but if they're not really big, you don't have to worry about them. So this is my sofrito, and it has all the good stuff in it. Again, I'm gonna run it by you again. I put 5 onions, 5 heads of garlic. I put 1 pack of cilantro, the little olive, hold on a second, stupid. I put ajice, which is just little peppers, little green peppers, Spanish peppers. So I put a package of ajices, and then you have your cilantro, your recao, and that's it. Basically, it's only 6 things that I added. I added the onions, the peppers, the culantro, the cilantro, the garlic, and the onions. That's all it is. Okay, this is how we make our food taste so good, because we make all this ahead of time, and it saves time, because if you figure every time you're gonna cook something, you have to cut up onion and garlic and pepper, so time consuming. So this is that big batch that I made, and like I said, I have a little mess there, I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna grab a big bag. You see? Hold on a second, I can't see the rest there. Let me just wipe it off a little. I have all my greens on here. That's why I brought this cute little plastic to put over my little freezer, because I didn't want anything to scratch it up. All right, so I have that left over. That's hardly nothing. Okay, I moved it out the way because I'm gonna show you how I flatten this. Now to this, I'm just gonna add spoons, and it has oil. You saw me add the oil. And see, there's just 1 little garlic, and that's okay, it'll dissolve in the food. So I'm just gonna keep pouring in here, and then when I make it nice and flat, what I like to do is I like to take my sofrito, and I like to, let's see, can you see what I'm doing? All right, I like to flatten it down, okay? And the reason why I flatten it down is because once it's frozen and it's nice and thin, Okay, so once you do this, after it's all flattened up, then you seal it. All right, and it looks like this. Now, I'm not gonna move it around because it's just gonna go down again. But this is what it looks like, you see? A nice flat piece. And then I'll just lay this down in the freezer and it'll freeze up. And then when I want a piece, I could just snap off a piece. Or you could put it into a whole bunch of little bags. You can do this. Let me show you another one. Okay, I also have these little bags here. Let me see, let me get. Okay, I'll do 4. Let's see, just to show you. Okay, you can also grab little bags like this. And this will hold, like, if you wanted to, like, say, okay, this bag, I'm gonna use it all in the food, then you would add, like, 1, 2. And this is fine to put into the food. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this one. I'm not gonna flatten it because if you're gonna use it for the food, for one food, even though I think this is too much, but sometimes you need that amount. So you can make smaller bags like that. Now, for one dinner, like let's say you wanted to make beans or something, you would just add like 1 little spoon, not too much. See? So you would use half, maybe half of a bag. So I'm gonna add a little bit more because like I said, I'm gonna flatten it down. And if I need to use it twice, I can always just cut half of it off. Okay, so I'm gonna seal this baby up. All right, now it's sealed, and you could put them in the freezer like that. And I'll do some more. I'm gonna have a lot of sofrito here for a long time, unless I share with my mom. I don't know if she has or she doesn't have, but if she needs, I could always send some over to her. So there we go. I put 2 spoons, okay? And sometimes you'll see me using a whole pack, and sometimes you'll see me using a smaller pack. It all depends what I'm making. This is for like a big meal, and the smaller ones are like today I'm gonna make some white rice and some beans and some fried pork chops. Now to my beans, I would only add 1 spoon, about like that, to the beans. So I could even close this up like this, and when I see small packages, I'll know this one's a small one, that one's a big one, and we have a lot to go here. So I'm gonna put 2 spoons in there because like I said, I could use it twice. I could snap this once it's frozen, and I can use it twice. Now look at all the sofrito that I have so far. Look at all that sofrito. And I'm not even done yet. I still have a whole bunch of it here. So I'm just gonna put it in a bag. I'm gonna grab a different size bag this time. Okay, I'm gonna grab a bag like this. And if my mom says she needs some sofrito, then I can just give her this bag here. And my mom usually puts it in jars. I told her it's easier to put them in bags because you could freeze them and it's easier to snap off. See, that's a lot there. Okay, I'm gonna put another spoon in there. Share some with my mom. Okay, so see this bag here? Like I said again, I'm just gonna flatten it down a little bit, not too much. You don't want all your drippings to come out of here. So, where it did. Okay, so see, that's what it looks like, but when it's all flat, it's like this. And whenever you need a piece, you just snap it right out of there. So, I think I'll give this bag to my mom. Oh, my hands are all full of sofrito. So, I'm not done yet. I think I'm gonna fill up 2 more bags and then my sofrito will be done. Okay, let's get I think the 2 bags, the little bags will do it. Let me just grab 2 more. All right, hopefully I can do that with just the rest of it. But look at all the sofrito that came out, and this is gonna last you a long time. Okay, this is why you can do it early prep. And whenever you want to make a meal, just throw it on, and you can throw it on anything. You can throw it on meats, stews, soups. Just think of it as it's already cut up onion, garlic, and pepper, and all the good stuff. So let's put it in this one here. gonna be able to fit anything else in here. This is okay. So yeah, I left it like that. That's another bag. And let's see if we can get a little bit. You know what? I'm gonna leave this little bit out because that's like a spoon. And like I said, I'm gonna make some beans. So I'm gonna be using that little bit that's there for the beans. I'll just put this back. But this is what we got out of all that sofrito. That's a lot. I mean, this should last you a lot of meals. You have at least 10 servings in here. And each bag could be either 2 or 3 servings. So I have a whole bunch. See that? All that is sofrito, what I cook with. So I hope you like the way I made this. I'm gonna leave it in the captions exactly what I put in it just one more time, so when you see it, you'll know what you need to buy if you want to make the sofrito. But yeah, that's my sofrito. I hope you liked it, and I hope you make it. It'll save yourself a whole bunch of time, no cutting. Just pop it right in the pot, and you'll be all right, set to go. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll probably make another video in a little while because I have the rice already in the rice cooker made, and I'm just gonna fry up these little pork chops. I'm a little anxious, and I'm relax, Musa. I gotta relax a little. It's the times. Okay, so here we go. This is I have like 4 or 5 pork chops in here where I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna fry them, and I'm gonna make some beans. But I'll be back, okay? I'm gonna end this video because this is the sofrito video, okay? I'll be back and I'll show you how I make my beans, okay? Because the rice, everyone knows how to make rice, especially if you have a rice cooker. And the pork chops, I just have a little bit of oil in here, which is olive oil. And I'm gonna fry up my pork chops in there. Pork chops, rice, and I'll come back and I'll show you the beans, okay? Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you did. And even if you didn't like it, I'm just glad you watched it. So everybody have a blessed day, and I hope you make sofrito. Bye.